How is up, everyone? It's your boy, Cat Ear Girl, and today we're going to have a little discussion regarding the most evil banner in the universe. Racist banner featuring racist Royce's friend, racist Jill, and racist Shinon. Shinon. The other characters are, I guess, kind of cool. I'll do them in order, but the real focus, as you imagine, is on Shinon and his Deadeye. So first, we have Ilyana, who I don't even know what she did wrong, but maybe because she's fat and useless, and all she does is talk about how hungry she is, and then eat entire persons. All she's got is a very generic set with 4 skills and a Blar Fox. Foxstorms are cute. They're not bad by any stretch, but they're not very inspired, I should say. Player phase blue is nice and all, but I really loathe to mention Reinhardt. Now, I think that she might be will beat Majin Delthea in sheer stats, but, well, in the player face at least. I mean, it's kind of cool, but, well, no, wait, no, that sucks balls. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I like Delthea, and I guess Delthea could get more flowers, but what does that even mean when they cost over thousands to max out a character? Like, honestly, they've been giving us crap currency like candy. Like, how many badges do we have? How many crests? How many level up crystals? How many arena tokens? Seriously, just give us flowers like candy so we can at least justify the costs. On the other hand, I suppose flowers do have the distinct feature that makes your unit gets it feels special, so that they act like bosses in an Aether raids. I don't know, but man, at least let us move it to another character or something, like a specific set amount that we can have, so that we can freely distribute them like seals. That would be kind of nice, right? But anyway, that's really all that really needs to be said, and most of it isn't even about Ilyana. She might have been decent when she came out as this fat and useless thing on Halloween talking about eating candy all day, but even then, probably not. Her kit is as barren as a 2017 Blue Mage. Now, racist Shinon. Now that guy is interesting because, I don't know, most people wanted to see him, or maybe he's an asshole or racist or whatever, but he certainly won this banner on his own. What, with a bowl that has an innate close counter, the first of our kind, and 5 to all stats when he's alone, yada yada yada. I sometimes wonder why Takumi doesn't have a refine over his refine. But I suppose, since 2017, the man's main use, after like a month or two of that in 2017 meta, was just to be sacrificed for close counter. Honestly, I grow tired of these prep weapons that are just jam-packed with skills. Ooh, -1 cooldown. Ooh, close counter. Ooh, and especially that 5 to all stats as long as the grass is green. Oh boy, where have I seen that crap before? I'm on a point where I'm just kind of sick of prep weapons. They don't have any uniqueness. They're just a bunch of overpowered skills and stats to sell a character. So how about fuck Shinon and his racist ass, and I want this bow on racist taco meat instead? Nah, we're not gonna do that. Here, have a slaying bow, so that you can rot in hell with Ilyana. But anyway, next up, we should talk about Deadeye. That, my friend, is going to be a bit of trouble for me. See, I keep telling people that damage reduction skills and such will have a counter soon, and, well, here it is. But, well, or at least that's what I initially thought. So, see, what it does is that, some guy on Reddit actually thought it was the other way around. What it does is that instead of negating things like Pavis, or Ice Mirror, or that legendary corn crap, it allows you to do full damage on damage reduction guys, who uses Close Call, Repel, Spurn, or guys like, who has damage reduction in the weapons, like Bike or Freya. That poor goat hasn't even been released yet, and she's already at the receiving end of the racist bow. But at the end of the day, racist Shinon does still need to activate it. He still needs to actually activate it in order to damage the bike. Now, although he does have a much better kit to deal with than, say, Altina, since the man's an infantry, he can receive Times Pulse, which is in his base kit, and have a cooldown reduction tied to his bow. making him sit at one charge initially. So as long as he can double bite, he can deal actual damage to him, unlike Altinos who go through another attack. But I mean, Bike can just kind of run guard or guard support either way to keep him from using the damn thing. With a touch of pole smoke and some guard support, all the problems just kind of goes away, even if Shinon was to get danced with heavy blade. I mean, not to mention, Bike himself excels at defense. So even if you were to strip his damage reduction, he still has his defense to fall back to. So for this reason, I actually think that it isn't actually too hard for Bike to deal with, especially since a proper supreme magic Bike will have lots and lots of speed, lots more speed than his enemies. Now, I don't know how inheritable the skill is, but if it's stuck on Shinon, then, well, which might be kind of unlikely when I think about it, since he's not like some special hero, there's no reason to give him 2 pref skills. It could be a case like Ruptured Sky where the skill is transferable, but such an opportunity cost and its practical use might actually make this not such a good idea. To start, the skill is basically between Glimmer and Astra without the damage reduction, so he does double damage. Well, that sounds great, but only if you can do decent damage to begin with. So for Shinon, it might actually not be so good, because most people tend to have more defense than they do have resistance. On the other hand, if it's transferable though, the users will have to have good cooldown reduction to make use of that 3, which to this day, there are indeed quite a few options. If it's, like, again, not restricted to the bow or something, say Marshmallow Lysithea, the first one we have. With her Hades Omega, she can do chunks with that. And with Special Spiral, she can also spam it all day. CYL Lysithea is a decent choice too. I just hate that she needs a setup, but she can absolutely devastate things once she's fully ready with that desperation and all. But honestly, any infantry with Times Pulse or Special Spiral, or perhaps both, with desperation can make use of this. But at the end of the day, guard, and guard. There's a reason why I value that skill highly since the days of 2017 when Titania first brought it in. If you manage to keep them from getting started thanks to guard, then you really have nothing to fear. Infantry pulse, yeah, sure, it could be an issue getting them started, but that's why we run pulse smoke or the pulse tie skills. Alright, so for the next dude, Gatrie, whatever. If I didn't know better, he'd be Super Saiyan Draug from Glory Emblem. The Spirited Spear is a nice inheritable, but comes at a price where you need bonus to activate. In of itself can be a bit of a liability, unless you have some other buffs like movement to make sure that the effect is active without having to worry about panic at every point, because that's like pretty much everywhere now. If it is, then all is well. He gets an extra charge when someone hits him, which kind of works well with his Crafty Fighter. Now, Crafty Fighter is basically quick riposte at 25%, and God, in my opinion, while it doesn't have the highly damaging extra charges of Vengeful Fighter, the fact that you're getting hit by an enemy first, you should always choose guard before the offending party beats you to death with their skill activate. I mean, I still kind of prefer Special Fighter Quick Repulse Seal setup because it does all that crap without the fancy Spirited Spear, but if you have some uses for your seals, well, then I suppose you can run a silly little setup like Super Saiyan Draug here and leave it at that. I mean, not to mention, 25% is a very generous amount. Crafty Fighter is definitely much better skill than Vengeful Fighter in my book, but they all have their uses, and well, their shared weaknesses to no follow-up, except for Special Fighter. See, I think speedy armor with Special Fighter is the future. No follow-up is just too good a skill, and one should always expect it from an enemy, because in today's era, everyone and their mother can guarantee double or negate double or whatever with double, so it's really stupid. Our breaker skills have like no use whatsoever. Usually, it's like everyone's just running Omni Breaker. So stupid. That being said, Racist Jill is a perfect example of this. Now, her weapon, she gets to do a follow-up as long as she initiates attack. Wow! That's so cool! Well, she also gets a cooldown reduction and attack speed 6 when near an ally, though I think we can ignore that because I think she'll be great as a Gale Force user. All she needs to do is focus on the attack, use Heavy Blade, and then bam bam, she flies all over the place. Doesn't even need speed or anything. However, there is a bit of a catch. See, she could use that attack in speed 6 because her kit offers attack in speed 4 and speed dead rain, making her a speedy attacker, both of which increase her speed while increasing the damage she deals, and I think that her stats will probably also reflect this, and since she's a Gen 5 unit, fuck Gen 5 by the way, well, I think she's not going to have any problems. If she can beat a no follow-up unit who's generally fast, she can lay waste to them. It's not too hard. She looks like she has a ton of it. The guaranteed double that her weapon has will also allow her to negate guys who negates doubles, so she herself is practically using no follow-up. Well, none of this is really like anything super new. The whole setup with the guaranteed double is a step above others who perform such techniques. And I think eventually they'll even try to outdo that at some point. But, well, that's pretty much it for this banner. Normally, I really wouldn't bother too much about it, but racist Roy and racist friends and their Deadeye is kind of interesting, and is relevant to my quickie 1 minute clear of Aether Raids, because Lord knows I don't want to be like Acarus or some others who likes to spend 30 minutes staring at a screen for solutions in each map each and every day, and they probably spend more because they probably clear all the maps in one day. I only just clear one for 100 and then I just leave it. You know, it's just spending all that time on Aether Raids every day. That's so ridiculous, so boring. That's no way to live, man. And, well, while this Deadeye could prove to be a problem, it's a bit of an opportunity cost because, well, it's mainly there for countering damage reduction. Like I said, it's between Astra and Glimmer if the enemy has a high defense. Well, I mean, if you have a worthwhile tank with really high defense stats, you'll be fine no matter what happens. Your stats will never betray you. And that's about it. I thank you all for watching. Until next time.